Welcome back everyone to our gameplay series of American Truck Simulator. In today's video, you notice over to the right hand side of the screen we have over $120,000. It's time to upgrade our truck. Now we're not going to be able to do all of the upgrades that I might like to do on the truck, but I think we can go a considerable distance and make a big dent in some things that I want to accomplish. Now I had mentioned a couple of videos ago that I had downloaded a mod for a paint scheme. It doesn't unlock until level 20, and you can see we're at level 16 right now, so we're not going to be upgrading our paint scheme just yet, but I think we can do some things with the transmission and the engine and so on with our 120,000, but we're going to see just exactly what all we can get done. But first, before we can get any of that done, we actually need to head over to an upgrade shop. So if we come out to our world map, you can see that we're way over on the edge of the map that we have currently available. We got some DLC over here that we do not have. And we are just outside of Holbrook. So I've already mapped out the course. We need to head over to Flagstaff because over in Flagstaff we have a repair and upgrade facility. So we're in good shape. We just need to get there. So we're actually going to be driving empty, which is not something we generally want to do very much of. But in this case, it's kind of our own choice to do it right now instead of trying to maneuver this around another delivery. So we're going to try our best to get there in a timely manner, and we should have plenty of fuel to get there. But I am very anxious to get the upgrades on this truck. It should make things a lot easier, particularly when we are hauling some of the heavier cargo. But the more horsepower, the more torque we've got, the better off we will be ultimately. So very excited to get some of these upgrades done. I've also been playing around some more with the force feedback. Now, not in the game. The force feedback is actually unchecked in the game. It is turned off in the game, and I am using the Logitech Profiler for my adjustments to the force feedback. And that's going to take me some time to sort out. Right now, it's actually a bit too light for my taste, so I think I want it a bit tougher on the wheel, a bit stronger wheel. But otherwise, you can see I'm not paying any attention to the traffic whatsoever. So we're just likely to get there with some damage. We need to do a little bit of repair work, I believe, once we get there, but shouldn't be too much, and we should be able to focus our funds on the upgrades. But the force feedback is, now that I've unchecked the box in game, I can focus on the profiler, and I will continue to work with that to get it where I want, and I'm sure that's going to take a little bit of time to do so, and that's perfectly fine. I'm in no particular hurry. Part of the fun of games like this is trying out different things and really just having some fun testing different things. So right now it's I want a heavier wheel, and it's also a bit too well, it seems like the steering is a bit too easy, so we're going to have to see if I can work on that as well. Let's see. Oh, it looks like we got some free XP there, plus 80 XP for free roaming. Apparently we reached the milestone of 100 miles in free roam, so we'll take any XP we can get. I certainly wasn't expecting that. Free roam is not something we want to do a lot of, other than simply going usually within the same city to pick up a load. So apparently we've logged enough miles to get a little bit of XP on the side. But yeah, our steering sensitivity is too high right now. It's making the wheel a bit too twitchy for me, so some more adjustments will be needed. Alright, so we're coming back up on Holbrook. And again, we're just going to speed through here as quickly as we can. We're still in full-on revenge mode against the game for its use of the speeding penalties. So we're not going to worry about that at all. We're just going to fly right through here. Got about 80 miles to go until we get to the upgrade station. So today's video is going to be a pretty quick video because I wanted to focus solely on the upgrades for right now. And then we'll get back into some more deliveries some longer deliveries as we move forward. So my plan is to get these upgrades, and then we'll take a quick look at any jobs that might be available while we're here in Flagstaff. If there is a short delivery available, then we will certainly think about doing it. But if there's nothing but longer deliveries, I'm not interested in those right now. We'll just focus on the upgrades, and we'll make today's video a little bit shorter video. All right, it's turning out that, we talked at the very beginning about how much I wanted to upgrade our long distance skill points, and it really looks like we could have done with one fewer than what we have, simply because of the length I'm trying to keep these videos. So it seemed like we could have gotten by with that, but generally the longer the distance you can unlock, the better, particularly if you get some more of the DLCs and you really try to work on unlocking as much of the map as is currently available. I see some more income coming in the bottom right hand corner of the screen. So it looks like Philip has made us a few $100s. Ooh, how about this? We're going to pass a cop right here. There we go. 6 miles an hour, 7 miles an hour over, and he will do nothing. So we can sit back and smile a little bit based on that one. We'll get over in this right-hand lane because I'm going to try not to miss our turnoff right now. But I offer no guarantees, particularly as these are the things that really start to bug me in the game. We're doing 65 right now, and that's just no good. 65 in a 75? Come on, man. This car in front of us should be going much faster than that. Not to mention the trucks and so on in front of that. So it's a little bit aggravating that the AI goes so slow, particularly when we're not even dealing with very curvy sections of road or small two-lane highway type setup. So just aggravates me a little bit, and that's one of the reasons why turning off the speed limits is very helpful, because we can get through some of this traffic very quickly. Oh, looks like we got another 80 XP for free roaming. So they're trying to make it worth our while in some way. The fact that we're not going to make any money because we're not currently on a contract right now and just putting empty miles on our truck. So they're trying to help us out in the game. But as I said before, luckily this is not something we spend a lot of time doing. Most of the time, if I'm going to make any stops by an upgrade or repair facility, then I'm doing it as part of a contract where I'm going right through that area anyway, and I just sort of stop off the same way you would do refueling. But in this particular case, I wanted today's video to be about the upgrade specifically, as well as giving us a chance to test out the new force feedback settings. All right, this guy in front of us apparently is waiting for a written invitation before he goes, because what exactly is he doing? Oh, he was waiting for the train. He was waiting for the train to be gone before he pulled out. And okay, that's interesting. Now we're still waiting. And the train's already been by. We are waiting for some reason. Seems like we were just talking about aggravation with the AI. Okay, this is where I am very close to going around these guys. Let's look around. Am I missing something? I don't see anything. Let's see if we can get around them. Even if we incur a little bit of damage. Ah, there we go. Now I get to see why they were sitting still. All right, we are going to go ahead and make our way around, because we got stuff to do. For those of you who are really big into following all the rules and playing the game in the most realistic way possible, I know this has got to drive you nuts. And honestly, that's part of the enjoyment for me, is that I know some people cannot stand when they see people doing this, so that's a little bit of extra for me. All right, we're going to pull right up here to the truck center, and we're going to see what kind of upgrades we can get. All right, so first of all, we need to do some service. It shouldn't be too terribly much. Nah, not a whole lot to be had here. A few percentage points here, and 2,100. So not bad considering the way I drive. We'll take that. That'll take a little bit of money away from us. Now let's go into our truck configurations. The first thing I want to do is let's look at the chassis. We're sitting at a 150 gallon tank right now. I want to move up to the 200. And actually, we need to configure the sleeper before we do that, because I think if we get the mid-roof sleeper, yeah, we're gonna have to install or uninstall our current one. So let's go. All right, there we go. So we've upgraded our sleeper, which isn't a huge deal other than visually. I really like this look a lot better. Okay, now we can come in and let's see, 220 gallons. There we go. Now we're talking. Now, if you look over to the right-hand side under truck analysis, you can see with the long 6x4, we are looking at much better heavy cargo. Let's see what we've got otherwise. Okay, it looks like that is the biggest thing. That gives us a 220 gallon tank. Wow, a 300 gallon tank there. All right, I think for now, let's go ahead with the long 6x4, 220 gallons. I like the 300 gallon. And we might move up to that. I'm guessing that some of these further upgrades as we approach level 20 will continue to expand on this. So for right now, let's go ahead and get the additional benefit for heavy cargo and go the long 6x4. All right, so let's see. Total to pay right now would be $54,000. Let's make sure that we've got everything checked so far. Okay, and it looks like we do. Now it's time to upgrade our engine. So right now we're sitting at 405. And we're going to see what is the highest we can get as of now. Okay, we can get all the way to 600. And it's actually not that much more money from where we currently sit. Okay, so that's good. That is very good. And once again, you can see on the right-hand side under truck analysis exactly what that's going to do for us. And yeah, this is certainly going to help out on the heavy cargo as well as the hills, which is to be expected with the additional horsepower. All right, so I see no reason not to go with the Cummins engine, and let's just go with the max engine we can get at this time, $82,000. We're certainly fine with that. Now let's look at our transmission. Right now we got a 10-speed transmission in it, but we're not riding a 10-speed bike. We are in a truck, so we're looking for a little bit different. Wow, 7 speeds. Let's see, the retarder there. I'm going to have to try out using that. I may have to turn that on and actually use the auto retarder. But wow, you can see as we move around to some of these different options. We certainly don't want the Allison transmission here because that would take quite a bit away from us. It looks like what we want to do is use the Eaton transmission. Again, for now, we got some more upgrades to do, but $91,000 out of 120. So let's keep moving. Interior, I really don't care a whole lot about the interior. I'm just going to stick with this one. It's not a whole lot of price difference. We're not going to mess with the paint job because we're not quite to where we want to be to upgrade that. Accessories, we don't have any apparently right now, but there are certain things we could do. The only thing I'm really interested in are maybe the mirrors. Let's see what we've got. And okay, so not much. It changes the color of the mirrors a little bit. All right, so we'll hold off on that. We might upgrade those when we get around to the paint scheme. Accessories, let's see if there's anything we want to do. Front mirrors here. We could benefit from that. Which style do we like? I kind of like this particular type of mirror, but at the same time, this is much more inconspicuous. Let's go with this one. I like that. Aerodynamically, I can't imagine that would be very good at all for us, but I kind of like that though. Let's see. We don't need a driver's plate. Bug deflector. I'm not going to put one of those on there right now. Let's see what kind of front mirror we can do. We can match these up, and that should be pretty good. I like that. We'll have matching mirrors on left and right. All right, I like that. So $91,826. Let's go ahead and confirm that order. All right, excellent. So we've got our upgraded mirrors. We'll have to see if we end up liking these long term, or if we decide to remove those. But right now, let's just take a quick look at our truck. Of course, it is nighttime, so we can't see a whole lot, but I really like this upgraded cab with the better sleeper there. Again, for our gameplay purposes, the sleeper really doesn't help us out a whole lot. But since we're not dealing with the fatigue aspect, but I'm starting to like the look of our truck, and I didn't really mess with anything else on the truck because I want to really wait until we get to level 20 and we can upgrade our paint scheme, and then I want to see what some of these options look like once we have that paint scheme on there. So before I get too far into that, our mirrors look kind of funny here on the front, but hopefully they will give us some sort of added benefit as far as our visibility. I need all the help I can get. So we'll see how that works out. All right, let's head into the job market really quickly. Freight market, and let's just see what's available in Flagstaff. We would prefer something very short on the distance. I mean, but you can see, I mean, this I wouldn't mind doing something in the 200-mile range. And there we go, 146 miles. That's perfect for us. Now, it's not the most profitable journey we'll take at $6,700. But I think that'll be just fine for what we need. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and back up. Get our lights turned on. Okay, yeah, our truck is starting to take shape now. This is, I think, going to be something very nice in the future. Let's see. Let's try not to hit anything just as we're coming out of the repair shop. So we're going to take it easy here. We're not going very far at all to pick up the load. And once again, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time looking at the traffic. All right, are we going to Tesla? Is that where we're headed? It may be. My main thing was the distance that we're going to be going, so I didn't spend a whole lot of time worrying about... no, it's actually not Tesla, it would appear. All right, this looks more like a Caterpillar dealership, quite frankly. All right, let's stop here. Let's pick up the load that we came here for. We will take that particular job. And where is it you need me to go? You need me to go way over there. Yeah, let's see if we can make it over here without hitting anything, or... All right, let's take a look around the corner. There it is. Okay, that's where we're actually going. Let's see if we can squeeze in here like this. I'm not sure how well this is going to work. We may have to take a couple of runs at this one in order to get ourselves into the right spot. There we go. It would really be nice if they would let me connect from a bit of an angle like this. There we go. All right, we'll let the coupling get done. Now we should be ready to head out on our very short journey, 146 miles. Now I just need to get used to using these mirrors, these new mirrors we've got on the front. All right, let's go ahead and head out. Hopefully no traffic coming the opposite direction. This is certainly a long trailer behind us. Wow. It's a bit larger than what I'm used to. See if we can get through this intersection without hitting anything. And yes, looks like we're barely going to squeeze through there. All right, so we're off and on our way. This is going to be quite a bit shorter of a trip than we've become accustomed to doing. Normally our trips are in the 400 to 500 mile range, as those generally pay the best, both per mile as well as overall. All right, we'll hop over into the right-hand lane. So if in the future we decide that this particular model truck isn't for us and we want to try something else out, we can always just set up one of the AI drivers in this particular truck and we can buy a new one. So there's no problem there. Of course, we can also sell the truck if at any point in the future we decide to do that. But for right now, this would appear to be the perfect truck for me, given the visibility that it has. That's something I really like. All right, we're going to set our cruise for 75, and so far, so good. I'm really liking this upgraded horsepower and transmission. This is where I think it's going to be a big benefit not to be manually swapping the gears and having to hear that click, 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 click sound every time from the wheel. I do not have a separate shifter. Of course, the H shifter, the H pattern wouldn't do you a whole lot of good here unless you have one specifically for a big rig. So I feel like automatic is the best bet for us, so that you guys don't have to hear the clicking noises from the gear shifts, and I don't have to hear them either. All right, once again, we are coming up very quickly on some AI. I'm going to slow down a little bit simply because I'm still never quite sure that the AI aren't going to pull right out in front of me. It's happened enough that it certainly has my attention. All right, another great aspect about this particular model truck is whenever I have the cruise control set, it shows me on the dash exactly what speed the cruise is set at. It's not the end of the world whenever you don't have that, but in some of the quick jobs I've done where I haven't had that, I had to sort of guess where I was on the cruise control until the car or the truck settled in on a certain speed. Then I could adjust from there. But it's always nice to have it right there on the dash. All right, take a quick look at our mirrors. For right now, I've got both the left and right side virtual mirrors up there, and you can see we can see absolutely nothing behind us. So the mirrors, regardless of their location, are not terribly helpful for us right now. Looks like we're coming up on the caverns. Okay, some of these places I would love to visit in real life. All right, let's see what we've got here. I always hate being in traffic on these off ramps because it's so much strain on the engine to try to get up these as it is, and it only makes it worse whenever you have to stop on an incline. All right, so let's see what we've got. I'm going to try to be fairly responsible here before I pull out. And I can see nothing behind me, so I can't tell if I'm about to hit a road sign with the trailer. Luckily, I don't think those actually do any damage to the trailer in game. Hitting things like the barriers, other cars, obviously, those definitely do damage, but I'm not sure that the road signs actually do anything. Which is good for me, because I certainly have hit more than my fair share of them. Alright, let's try to get it a little bit wider here. Not a whole lot of traffic at 2:30 in the morning. Alright, there we go. Let's get our view centered back again. Alright, so 59 miles left until we reach our destination, so it's going to be a very quick trip. Yeah, I'm really liking it. I mean, it is immediately noticeable, the extra horsepower, as well as the better gearing that we have now. That transmission and engine upgrade was well worth it. And realistically, if I weren't recording this series, this playthrough for the channel, then this would probably have been one of the first things I would have done. Is I would have spent some time focusing entirely on upgrading my truck, at least a little bit, not necessarily to where we are right now, taking this many levels to do so, but I would have certainly gotten more upgrades in a quicker manner than what we did here. But for the purposes of the channel, I wanted to do some other things before we got to this point. All right, 29 miles remaining. You can see we got some nice speed up here, 80 miles an hour, which was basically unheard of for us previously. But now I'm going to have to start paying more attention to our speed, and it's really going to be a good thing that we've turned off the speed limit penalties. All right, let's see. We're going to be turning to the left up here, so we'll just stay right here. Looks like we're probably going to come back down to a single lane before our turnoff, but maybe that won't be the case. All right, hurry, 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 hurry. Okay, we made it. He wasn't backing off, and I wasn't backing off either. But thankfully, it did not end in disaster for either one of us. We played chicken and won. All right, we are almost there. All right, let's see. Where is... Wait, are you serious? That can't be right, can it? All right, where are we supposed to drop this off? Oh, wow, it is right here. All right, I didn't see anything to tell me, hey, you've arrived. Which type of parking do you want to do? But we're just going to go ahead and skip that for time purposes. And you can see not a whole lot of XP there, not a whole lot of money, $6,700, but we will certainly take that. That was a very nice short trip, and that's what I was looking for in today's video to go along with our upgrades. So there we have it. We have our upgraded engine, transmission, we have upgraded chassis, as well as the sleeper compartment. So now it's starting to look a lot more like the trucks I actually see in real life on the road rather than our starter model. So that's going to do it for today. Thank you very much for joining me, and stay tuned as we will continue our gameplay series of American Truck Simulator.